Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 20 of Trying Tottenham. We're actually at the 20th episode of this series, and you can see we going by the second informed Jan Vertonghen. Showing you the stats right here real quick. You can see he's got a little bit of a pace upgrade and defensive and heading and shooting upgrades. So he's a pretty attacking minded defender. He's definitely going to score a lot of goals hopefully with those kind of stats. I remember his team of the season last year. You could have played him at the striker position and he would have done just fine considering the stats he had on his Ajax card, but he's not as impressive with this in form. But his team of the season obviously going to be very impressive with the stats that he's got on him, but that's going to have to wait a little bit. And we go into our first game of this episode, and it's against a 5-2-2-1, pretty much a Bundesliga side with what's his name, Thiago Silva and Sirigu in the defense. And we start off pretty poorly. It's the 6th minute, and this guy pretty much stands with the ball, and I go in for a slide tackle with a Suikato and miss terribly. And obviously he's going to capitalize on that and put himself up 1-0 with a fairly nice goal from Mario Mandzukic. And this guy had plenty of team of the seasons and informs in his team, so he obviously knew what he was doing. But here comes the 87 rated Bale, weaving through his defense before he puts it in far post with that left foot of his in the 10th minute to bring us level in this match. And as you can see, we get a corner kick in the 16th minute, I believe that is. It might be the 18th, I think it's the 16th. But I feel pretty bad about this goal, because I knew that if this keeper was going to kick it out, I was going to win that ball, because it's a little glitch in FIFA where if the goalie throws it, he'll throw it out, no problems, but if he kicks it, it's going to, or my forward's going to intercept that ball. But almost straight after, he comes back with Robin, and a pretty weirdly struck ball with his left foot puts it into the back of the net. We're level 2-2, and we go into the 26th minute, and here's Gylfi Sigurdsson putting the ball into the back of the net with that right foot of his. He's got an absolute cannon of a right foot, not too fantastic of a left foot, but his shot power on his right foot is very good. And here you go, 90th minute. The ball's just going all over the place. We're just trying to throw bodies in front to keep the ball out, and Hughley manages to keep it out, but he only manages to put it off for a corner kick. And you obviously know that he's going to capitalize on that play, and Dante puts it into the back of the net in the 90th minute, and it was far too late for us to try and mount any kind of a win from that. So this game ends in a 3-3 draw, which was pretty fair. He was obviously going to be pretty tough to break down, but it was kind of unfortunate that he happened to score in the 90th minute. So we get yet another draw. We're now 4 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. We've got 14 points. Trying to get those 21 to win the title, and we go straight into our next game. Got all of our informs in. We've got Townsend playing at the right wing position to give Aaron Lennon a rest, and we're obviously not very weak on that right side of the field, but we go straight into the next match. It's a 4-3-1-2, pretty much an Italian side, and he's got Sergio Aguero up there linking with Balotelli to give himself 99 chemistry. And the 4-3-1-2 is not a formation you come up against too much in FIFA, but you know, always nice to see. And we actually start off very early yet again. Gareth Bale gets it in the 5th minute, does a little bit of ball weaving to get around Giorgio Chiellini before he smashes it into the far left top corner in the 6th minute to put us up 1-0. Obviously a very good lead. And in the 45th minute, we send Gareth Bale over, puts the ball over the top, gets away from his defender, and plays this ball into Moussa Dembele, who's going to put it into the back of the net also to give us the 2-0 lead in the second game of this episode. So pretty comfortable lead so far, and we managed to hold off until the 75th minute. Sadly, he puts this ball in. I was pulling off a Suikato trying to intercept this pass, but it managed to fall to Balotelli anyway, and Balotelli's going to put it into the back of the net from that range. Obviously, he's not really going to miss. And some quick interplay between Townsend and Defoe gets the ball over the top to Townsend, and he's just going to dink that over with his head over the oncoming keeper to put into the back of the net for the 3-1 lead. And this guy was really wanted to score again. He went ultra attacking, and I could definitely feel it with all the pressure he was mounting. And he managed to put this by my defenders again. A pretty nice split pass to get by my defenders. And he puts that away with Sergio Aguero using his left foot to put into the back of the net. But that is how this game is going to end. A 3-2 victory to us. Obviously, it got pretty nervy at the end, but we did manage to hold on to get the win, which we're obviously going to need, because we're running it pretty risky with this title. If we're going to try to win this title, we definitely got to get wins. We can't draw any games, and we can't lose them. But we've got 2 games left, and we need to get 4 points from those games. And we go into the last game of this episode, going in with a pretty strong squad. but we do have to put Kyle Naughton at the right back position to give Kyle Walker a rest. And we go into this game against a guy whose name is Smokers420. He's obviously got a very original name that I've never seen before. But we go in and we get to see his team, and it's a fairly strong team. It's a 4-1-2-1-2 Barclays Premier League side, and he's got Gareth Bale and Antonio Valencia, and he's got Tevez and Fernando Torres up top, and a very strong defense. Except the only player that I was kind of iffy about was his Vorm. I don't know why he would choose to put Michel Vorm on there. Obviously, should have the coins to put another better goalkeeper at least into his goal. But he takes a very early lead in the 4th minute with Juan Mata. Nothing really I could do right there. It was a fairly strong shot that managed to get by Laurie, but unfortunately we can't even manage to keep a clean sheet within the first 5 minutes of this game. But Sandro comes straight back to pull us back into contention in the 9th minute. A very strong right-footed shot that Vorm happened to push into the goal. I think another better keeper would have kept that out. But we end up level 1-1, and in the 20th minute I saw this run coming from the midfield, but Sandro just couldn't keep up with Yaya Toure. But the shot that hits off the post lands in front of Carlos Tevez, and Carlos Tevez one-times into the back of the net to put him up 2-1. And we're still in the 30th minute right here, so we're getting a lot of goals pretty early on. Before we play in Defoe, we're going to give it to Dembele, and we're going to give this ball to Gareth Bale, obviously. And he's going to do a little bit of work to try and get by the defense. And this guy just, I don't know, he just didn't see this shot coming, apparently. But we went near post with Gareth Bale, and obviously near post OP. That ball's going to go in more times than it's going to miss. And we're level 2-2, 35th minute, or 34th minute, now it's the 35th minute. Here's Gareth Bale, pretty much the same angle, but the deflection shot ends up back in his path, and he's going to put it into the back of the net to give us the lead. So this 87 rated Gareth Bale is definitely loads better than that 86, or loads better than what he was at the beginning. But here we go, Fernando Torres, after a cross was headed out by me, it lands right at Fernando Torres' feet, which unfortunately ends up in the back of the net. It's the 90th minute. We're trying to get this ball into the back of the net. It falls to Gylfi Sigurdsson, and look at that for a rip in the 90th minute. Call it scripting, call it what you want, but it does go in the back of the net, and it means that we do get the victory in our final game, which was obviously very crucial for our our title hopes. The 4-3 victory. But that is how this episode is going to end, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely some of the closest games that I've ever played in this series. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe. If you did, feel free to stick around for more episodes. But other than that, I will see you guys next time.